please welcome Mr. Everything Dan Jesser. From St. Paul, Minnesota at 221 pounds, Josh Callisto.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a way to kick things off this week on Championship Wrestling from the Twin Cities. I mean, absolute total chaos. At the show opening, the Golden Idol beside himself. I thought he was going to have a stroke there, George Shire. He got word that, of course, A.J. LaRock, member of the Temple of Terror, is not available, can't be here tonight. So, Ryan Slade, the new Northern States champion, who has a real vendetta now against the Golden Idol in his Temple of Terror. Slade is in the ring in a non-title match against Arya Davari. The stipulations are as follows. If Davari wins, then Ryan Slade will have to defend the title against Davari on March 14th right back here in Richfield. This is a non-title encounter tonight. But if Arya Davari loses to Ryan Slade, then at that very same March 14th show, it's the Golden Idol, that bulbous hemispherical whatever he is, one-on-one in the ring, 10 minutes with Ryan Slade.
You know, Mick Karch, the way the program ended, where does it go from here? And I'm with you, I can't imagine that bulbous creature in the match on the 14th of March.
I'd like to see him get into the ring, let alone, put on a wrestling hold or anything else. Absolute chaos here. He comes out here to the strains of Happy Days Are Here Again. Well, his mood changed pretty quickly, and his attorney, Benjamin Beaver Margolis, admitting to the world that Idol has been bouncing checks all over town. His attorney walked out on him.
Well, he didn't have a good start to this program, and the thing is, his confidence level went way down when he realized he just might have to get in the ring with Ryan Slade.
It's an interesting point and a very, very good point. He was all giggles. He was all happy. He was Mr. Giddy when he thought that, Arya Davari, he wins tonight, we got a title shot. But all of a sudden, promoter Hellier says, wait a second, hang on a minute, Tubby. We got another situation going on right here. And like you said, his mood absolutely, unlike him, deflated.
Well, and the only scary thing about that, too, is that you know how devious the Golden Idol can be, and I can bet that evil mind of his is now running overtime trying to figure out a way to see that Davari wins tonight. And that's what scares me, Mick, because there's nothing that I would put past Idol to make sure that Davari does win. Well,
we've got an excellent referee for that matchup, Dr. Darren Davis, returning to Steel Domain Wrestling as the third man in that ring. So I'm not so sure Idol's going to get away with anything, and I'm just salivating, thinking the next time out here, can you imagine Idol, that bulbous tub of goo, getting into the ring for 10 minutes with the current Northern States heavyweight champion, Ryan Slade, one of the most gifted and physically imposing wrestlers we have on the Steel Domain roster.
I can't even imagine it happening, but I sure would like to see it happen, because I would love nothing better than to see Idol get taken right out of the business. He's a poison to this business.
Well, let's pay attention to what we got going on in the ring.
Oh, we got a good one.
Mr. Everything Dan Jesser, who is never at a loss for words. He's got to be the most unhappy guy in all of wrestling. There's no question about it. Oh, brought back in unceremoniously over the top by Josh Callisto.
I think that was a low blow.
Oh, man.
That hurt.
Boy,
that's what Dan Jesser will do.
Yeah.
And always take this.
What's sad about it, George? This guy was brought into the wrestling business by Brad Ringens, one of the most scientifically gifted wrestlers of all time. And look at the way that Dan Jesser has turned out some 25 years later.
Yeah, but that isn't the first time things like that have happened, Mick. Through the years, you've had guys that have been brought into the business by talented wrestlers. Vern Gagne comes to mind. And look at some of the guys he brought into the business. Larry Hennig, Lars Anderson, Baron von Raschke, Ken Patera, they all took the heel route. They took the easy way out. Yeah, sometimes they came back eventually, saw the error of their ways, but they saw that easy buck. And I don't know where the guy gets it from. Ringens gave him an excellent foundation. He should be able to work with it.
Well, and again, I talked about the attitude of Dan Jesser, not just in the ring, but out of the ring, too. From the minute he gets into an arena, and even a week before the show, he's complaining about everything. Where am I positioned on the card? Where am I this? Who am I that? On and on and on. He is an absolute hemorrhoid to the promotion.
Well, it's jealousy, Mick. You know, I referred to Larry Hennig earlier. You know, back in the 60s, we saw him turn on his tutor, his mentor, Vern Gagne. That's what this is it right here. They get jealous. They get envious of the people that brought them into the business, and they want a quick buck.
Look at Jesser. Now, Jesser, nothing flashy about Dan Jesser. If you're looking for the Hurricane Ranas and if you're looking for the planchas and everything else, you're not going to get that out of Jesser. What you're going to get is a methodical and intense, straight-ahead, no-nonsense, old-school wrestler. Attitude aside, Jesser means business in that ring.
Yeah, but the other side of this, Mick, is that you see the way he's in there with Josh. And, you know, a guy like Jesser, a veteran at this point, he takes joy in trying to hurt a rookie, trying to hurt a young man who's just getting his start in this business.
I'm looking around this building again, ladies and gentlemen, the American Legion in Richfield, and once again, a packed house wall to wall. They're standing here at the Legion once again. Congratulations. Hats off to Steel Domain Wrestling.
Oh, and hats off to promoter Ed Hellier for once again putting another stellar card together.
Callisto with a little bit of offense here.
I would love to see Calypso win.
Oh, you and me both.
Yeah. What an upset that would be.
Nicest guy. Oh, Callisto about a day late and a dollar short there. Now Jesser, watch. Oh, rake in the back. What kind of nonsense is that?
See, and he doesn't need to use those tactics. You and I both know that. He's got the ability.
Mr. Everything, Dan Jesser. He's been dynamite. Wait, oh, we've seen this before for many years. The Jesser splash. Count of 1, 2. It's over.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Mr. Everything, Dan Jesser!
Dan Jesser gets the Duke. Pulls his arm away from referee Alex Olivia Benson. And sad to say, Dan Jesser victorious here to kick things off. Steel Domain Wrestling, Championship Wrestling from the Twin Cities.
For everything. Local kid gave you a little bit of a run for your money there.
Well, he's a hard-fighting kid, but you ought to know better than to get in the ring with a veteran like me. So, I'm here at Steel Domain Wrestling for one reason. I am the greatest athlete in Minnesota today. That is obvious. So I'm issuing an open challenge to you, to anybody that wants to get in the ring with me and wants to go to school and think you're going to get over on me. It ain't going to happen.
There you have it. Mr. Everything, Dan Jesser. Open challenge to everybody in Steel Domain.
Anybody in this state, anybody in the country. It's right there. It's right there. You want some? Come get some.
We'll be right back.
Banks? We don't need no stinking banks.
The Unbank is not a bank. It's an unbank. Open 7 days a week with convenient hours. The Unbank for cashing all types of checks. Instant cash loans up to $500. Get a MasterCard regardless of credit history. Free money orders. FDIC savings accounts. Fast bill payment. Phone cards. The Unbank, your friendly neighborhood financial center. Get cash on the spot whenever you need it. With over a dozen Twin Cities locations, chances are there's an Unbank open near you.
Making his way to the ring from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 225 pounds, Craven Knight!
All right, hang on, ladies and gentlemen. This one promises to be a beauty. I'll tell you what, Craven Knight, the Extreme Assassin out of Brooklyn, New York, and his opponent, who really impressed us last time out in his Steel Domain Wrestling debut, the monstrous Big Sep. Quite a test for the scientific wrestling skills of Craven Knight.
Very definitely, Mick, but we saw what Sepp could do last time out. We know what Craven can do, so we're going to have ourselves a dandy match, I'm sure of it.
Craven Knight, they call him the extreme assassin because I tell you what, you want to break the rules, he'll do it. You want to wrestle scientifically, he'll do it. He is a gifted athlete, I tell you what. But I got to say, in the person of Big Sepp, from what we saw last time, this guy is a powerhouse. He's a raw-boned kid, straight ahead, no nonsense, means business. So very, very interesting, kind of divergent styles here in this one.
And it's always a stepping stone for both guys, Mick, because they know the ladder in SDW is very high. They've got to keep winning to get to the top.
And look at the condition. You talk about the athletes in Steel Domain Wrestling, George. Just look at the conditioning. And look at Craven Knight. Tremendous maneuver.
Well, he knows how to use the ropes to his advantage. You just saw it. And like you said, both of these guys physically fit. Look at the both of them. Not an ounce of fat on either one of them. True specimens.
Well, that's what wrestling is all about, and that's what the athletes in Steel Domain are all about. These young lions, as you said, the ladder very high to climb in SDW, Championship Wrestling from the Twin Cities. Well, there's a cheap shot.
And there's always somebody trying to knock you down a step on that ladder, too. That's the trouble with wrestling in general, and SDW has always had the best in professional young wrestlers and talent.
No question. We've said it many, many times. The breeding ground. It spawned CM Punk, Scrap Iron Adam Pearce, Colt Cabana. Right there, you've got 3 world champions. Mr. Anderson, Austin Aries. I mean, the list is endless. The guys that got their start right here in Steel Domain. On the ladies' side, ODB cut her teeth right here in this promotion. So you talk about impressive resumes and an impressive legacy here in Steel Domain. This is the real deal.
Well, and you know, Mick, the wrestlers realize that it's not just the fans that are watching them in a match. It's other promoters. It's other areas, territories. They're always looking to gain talent, and they know that if they can perform and do well, they're going to move up the ladder.
Big Sepp is trying to goad Craven Knight into a test of strength here. Sepp with about a 3-inch height advantage. And certainly you got the leverage advantage when you're that tall.
He is a big, tall man.
But look at this now. Craven Knight, more compact, more stockily built. And Craven is no pushover. I mean, this kid is a powerhouse.
Look at this, Mick.
Oh, nice maneuver on the part of Craven Knight.
And he comes back with a basic hold, a nice headlock.
Yeah, not only able to extricate himself, but as you said, came back. Oh, man.
And you got a cheap shot.
And look at Sepp. Human chest going on here. Leapfrog over the top. Big drop kick. And Sepp wants out.
I think he's going back to the dressing room.
Might be a smart move. Well, if Sepp wants to make a name for himself here in SDW. Oh, Craven was ready to go, and Sepp got out of the way, but Craven!
Wow.
Oh, man.
You know what impresses me about Craven is the guy uses the ropes. He knows that ring. He knows every nook and cranny of it to use to his advantage.
Oh, that big European uppercut. How many times did we see Billy Robinson knock Nick Bockwinkel's teeth out with a move just like that?
Well, and not to mention guys like Jeff Ports.
Yeah.
Jeff used that same type of maneuver.
Horst Hoffman, another guy. The European style.
Craven's got a little bit of everything. I think he's a guy that can really pick up what he needs from every wrestler and put it into his own package.
Well, George, well said, and he's a student of the game. That's the thing. I mean, he'll soak up as much knowledge as he can. He wants to be the best in the business, period.
Oh, I wouldn't want to be the referee getting in the way of this.
Wait a minute. Oh!
I don't know what happened there, Mick.
Well, you got a cheap shot there from Big Sepp. That'll even the playing field real quickly.
But you have to admire a guy like Craven who can use the talents of other wrestlers, kind of put it into his own package, as I said a moment ago. You remember Paul Pershman. Here was a guy who took a little of Billy Robinson, a little of Ray Stevens. Nick Bockwinkel. He put it all together and became Playboy Buddy Rose.
Absolutely.
That's what Craven needs to do.
Now, Big Sep, on the other hand, I mean, we're not denigrating this
No.
guy in any way,
No.
shape, or form, because right now he's got him in that modified camel clutch. And Big Sep, you talk about that no body fat. I'm telling you, this guy is built. Not only is he about 6'3", 6'4", but tremendous physical conditioning.
Well, both of these guys, I mean, as I said earlier, look at both of them.
Wait a minute now. Oh, man. Big side slam. That could do it. Count of 1 and 2. Nope, Dr. Darren Davis, the wrestling's only proctologist. Dr. Darren Davis.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that means he's a pain in the you-know-what.
Well, that's right. And
Yeah.
you know what? And if you're a rule breaker in that ring, you better damn well watch yourself. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
You don't want to get on the wrong side of the referee.
No pun intended.
Well, yeah.
Now we've got a traditional wrestling hold, just a headlock. The referee has to just assure that it's not a choke.
Oh,
This
look.
can wear a guy down, though.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and we're not advocating trying this at home, but have somebody wrap their arm around your chin and pull back for about 10, 15 minutes. I mean, this is real serious stuff, and each of these maneuvers is designed to do exactly what you said, George. Wear the opponent down. They're not flashy necessarily. They're not high-flying. They're not all that exciting to some of the fans, but damn it, the name of the game is win the match.
Well, and he's cutting off the air a little bit there. There's no doubt about it. The referee has to continue to check for the choke. But he is. It's pressure. This is how you get the cauliflower ears, those
You got it.
headlocks.
Oh, and again, another Europe. Look at Craven Knight is just throwing those forearm shots now. Whipped all the way across the ring. Big Sep. Oh, man. Oh, God. Caught him right in the head. Right in the head coming in. And that could be the equalizer
Look at
right
the power.
there. Yeah. Watch Big Sep now. This man.
He makes this look easy.
Yeah, he sure does. Oh, man. He dropped that sternum right across his shoulder. And again, I don't, ego is one thing, but when you waste precious time, it's 3 seconds that you're talking about. You give a man an extra 4 or 5 seconds, as Sep did right there with Craven Knight. That, to me, is the ultimate in stupidity. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, and I don't think you should be underestimating a guy like Craven Knight.
No.
This is a guy that can beat you on your best day.
Look at Craven now. Series of kicks. God, this guy is talented. And so flexible. Ugh. Boy, you get into an alley fight or a bar fight, either one of these guys would be nice companion. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. You'd want either one of them to have your back. I would say that.
I still can't get over the fact that we saw the Golden Idol
Unbelievable.
and his attorney, Benjamin Margolis, separate ways. The attorney walked out on the Golden Idol because, if you can imagine, the Idol's checks were bouncing.
Well, does that surprise you at all?
Nah, not in the least.
That guy's all talk, all mouth, and I would imagine there are attorneys, collection agencies looking for that guy all over the country.
Big setbacks. Craven Knight into the corner. Into the turnbuckle. Hard with that shoulder. Into the corner. Into the midsection. Referee Davis on the count. Whipped all the way across the ring. Oh, look at Craven.
Look at the way he uses those
Oh!
moves.
Nailed him. Nailed him right to the jaw. A second time, and now watch Craven Knight now. So gifted, over the top. That shoulder right to the sternum, that's 225 pounds. Coming in on top of Big Sep. Count of 1, 2, it is. Wow.
Wow, I thought we had it
man.
there. You can see right now, Mick, that both of these men have been going at a fast pace, and both are tired, both are hurting a little bit. This is what happens in a match like this when you got two young, aggressive stars who both want to climb that ladder.
Tell you what, anybody that puts the knock on pro wrestling, go in there for the 10 minutes that these guys have been in.
Definitely.
Non-stop. Absolutely non-stop. And when you're looking for the oxygen tank and the gurney, then give me a call.
Hell, you and I would trip climbing into the ring.
That's why we're out here,
That's why
pal.
we're out here.
Look at Sep. Methodical now. And again, a reverse chin lock.
And those boots do hurt right in the sternum area. That takes the breath out of you. That, not only the pain.
And now, look at this, George, a body scissors. Can you
Yes.
imagine that? An old-fashioned body scissors in professional wrestling.
We're actually getting some old classic wrestling here, Mick. Both of these guys are demonstrating shades of the past.
Referee looking very, very closely, as you said earlier on, George, making sure there's just that little bit of leeway when that forearm goes from the chin down to the Adam's apple, and then it becomes a choke. Ref has to call for the break.
And it's so easy and so quick.
Well, Vern did it for years.
Yes, we were told that by Nick Bockwinkel and Larry Hennig and
That's
Bobby
right.
Eden.
Misses the clothesline.
Oh,
Oh,
my
what a
God.
shot. Right to the back of the head. Oh, no. Just barely caught him. Just barely caught him that time, but enough to knock the big man off his feet. Oh!
There's nowhere to go with a kick like that, Mick, against the turnbuckle.
Absolutely not. Sepp's in trouble. Don't talk about it,
Yep.
Craven. Don't posture. Watch this very carefully. Now look at this. Oh, that short running clothesline in that seated position. Oh, man. Wow.
That close, Mick. That close.
I thought he had him.
I did too.
Referee Darren Davis, the third man on the ring, right on top of it. Oh, there's that kick right to the side of the head. And once again, that's how quickly the momentum can shift. Look at this now. Big Sepp picks him up. Where's he going with him? Oh, fall away slam. Sent him halfway across the ring. In from the cover. Count of one. Count of two.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Wow.
These guys have been going at a fast pace now, though, Mick, for about 15 minutes, and you can just see how it's wearing them both down.
Oh, how much, they got to have.
Oh, now
look
he's
at that.
showboating a little bit.
Yeah, a little Rick Rude action in there. I hate to tell you, Big Sip, but you're good, pal, but you're no Rick Rude.
Yeah, there's nothing ravishing about Big Sam.
That's right. Wait a minute, Craven rolls him up. Oh, look at this. He got him.
Your winner, Craven Knight!
Craven gets the Duke, ladies and gentlemen. A hard-fought matchup here. Back and forth seesaw battle. Both men at one point or another look like they, were on the verge of victory as the fans are all over Big Sep right now. But Craven Knight gets the victory in front of a packed house here at the American Legion in Richfield, Minnesota.
People know for a fact that I won fair and square tonight. All you awesome people in Richfield that have my back know that I beat that chump fair and square in the middle of that ring. Big Sep is tough. I never met him in the ring before, and now I know for a fact exactly how tough he is. But he doesn't hold a candle to the ability of the extreme assassin, Craven Knight, as he learned tonight. All money is blood money when it comes to Craven Knight. Big Sep learned firsthand.
There you heard it from Craven Knight. Check us out, Steel Domain Wrestling on Facebook and the official SDW on Twitter. Go there now and follow us. We'll be right back.
Are the ones that start phenomenons today that later the whole world will be talking about. It's you guys. You are the ones that start the CM Punks, that start the Mr. Andersons, that start the Colt Cabanas. It's up to you, and we appreciate you guys coming and putting your heart out and saying yes to the good guys, no to the bad guys. Here's your money. I love professional wrestling.
Boom, boom, Colt Cabana, boom, boom, Colt Cabana, boom, boom.